Hi everyone, in this video I will be designing a landing page for a restaurant using Bootstrap 5. So in my previous video I have designed this in Figma, so now I will be converting that design into a Bootstrap 5 template. So at the top we have a navigation, and inside the navigation we have a logo on the left side, nav links in the center, and a call to action button on the right side. And below that we have a slider, and inside the slider we have a subtitle and the main title, and again call to action button, and a user can change the slider by clicking on these slider buttons. Okay, and after this we have about us section. Okay, so inside the about us section we have an image and some text, and after that we have our menu section, and inside the menu we have these different menu items, and user can change these menu item by clicking on these buttons. Okay, so after that we have a feature section. So these are the different features of this restaurant, and after that we have this team section in which we have these different team members are working in this restaurant. And after that we have a slider for the customer reviews, so a user can change the slider by clicking on these buttons or on these nav dots. Okay, and after that we have a reservation form. Okay, and after the reservation we have some Instagram post, and after that we have blog section. Okay, and finally a footer. So let's see this design on different viewport width. So it is now on 1440, which is looking great. So I'm gonna view this on tablet. Okay, looking great. So let's see this design on mobile. So I'm gonna click on this, and as you can see, it's looking cool. Okay, so that's it for the intro, and let's dive into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is to open VS Code. Okay, and here I have opened this folder which is on the desktop. Okay, here it is, and which is now empty. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to create a folder for the assets. So all my assets will go in this folder, and inside this folder I'm going to create a CSS and one for the images. Okay, and yeah, that's it for now. So for the assets, so here I'm going to create a file. I'm going to name this index.html. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the images that I have used, and I'm gonna paste these images inside this assets images folder, and I'm gonna paste. Okay, so I'm gonna visit to Bootstrap website, so I'm gonna grab the navigation bar component. I'm gonna click on the documents, and then I'm gonna click on the quick start, and I'm gonna get this this code, and I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, so I'm gonna create a file for this will be a CSS file. So this will be our main file for the CSS. I'm gonna name this style.css, and I'm gonna link to that file. Okay, so this file is for the Bootstrap CSS, and this which is Bootstrap bundle.js, in which we have Popper.js and Bootstrap.js. Okay, Um, so I'm gonna visit to the Google fonts. So I have used the font family from the Google fonts. So I'm gonna visit Google fonts. Okay, I'm gonna search for this font and I'm gonna click on this one. And I'm going to select 400 weight 5 6 and 7 and I'm going to embed this, copy it, and I'm going to paste inside the style.css file. Okay, so I'm going to remove this heading 1 and I'm going to create a comment. So I'm going to create a navigation bar here. Okay, so I'm going to visit to Git Bootstrap and I'm going to search for navigation Navbar. Okay, I'm gonna click on that and I'm gonna copy this navigation bar, copy it, and here I'm gonna paste it. Okay, so I'm gonna put an image here. So I'm gonna type image img tag and I'm gonna search for inside images folder crispy dark. Okay, save it, and I'm gonna open this file with the live server. Okay, so we have this logo and I'm gonna remove this float. Okay, so we have some space now and I want these links to be in the center. Okay, so for that I'm gonna add a class mx auto, which means margin left and right auto. Okay, and below this I'm gonna create a button primary. I'm gonna name this the text will be order online. Okay, so these are the built-in buttons of Bootstrap. So you can use these buttons. So I don't want to use these. So I'm going to create a custom button. So I'm going to remove this and I'm going to add a class btn brand, a brand button. Okay. So that's it for the navigation, and I'm going to visit to the style.css. Okay. I'm going to select the body. Okay, I'm gonna change the font family to this font, Spline Sans. If this is not available, font will be sans serif. Okay, and I'm gonna change the color to 7 7. Okay, and I'm gonna give a line height as well. Awesome. Then I'm gonna select heading heading 2 3 4 5 and 6, and I'm gonna give a font weight 600. Okay, and I'm gonna give a color this color. Okay, then I'm gonna select anchor. I'm gonna give a color this dark color, remove the text decoration. Okay, and then I'm gonna give a transition as well. Okay, and on hover I'm gonna change the color to F5, add D1 7, and I'm going to include the hash. Okay, so this will be our brand color, and also I'm going to give a font weight, says 600. Okay, and then I'm going to select the image. I'm going to give a minimum width 100%. Oops, 100%. Okay, and after this let me design the navigation. So I'm gonna remove the BG light and I'm gonna add a class BG white. Okay, I'm gonna give a shadow class. So as you can see, we have shadow, and I'm gonna increase the padding top and bottom to 3 rem. Okay, looking great. And let me add remove some of the navigation links. So this will be home, and when a user click on this link, it will go to the home section. Okay, so this will be features. Sorry, about. This will go to the about. This will go to menu. This will go to features, team, reservation. I'm going to duplicate this one more time. This will go to the block. Oops. Let's go to features, team, reservation, and block. Okay, so let's see, we have these navigation items. Okay, so I'm gonna format this document. Okay, so I'm gonna design this button. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a comment. I'm gonna give this a comment button. I'm gonna remove the border radius, so I'm gonna give a border radius 0. Increase the padding to 14 pixel and 38 pixel. Okay, then I'm gonna select button brand class, change the background color to this color. This will be border radius. Okay, and change the color to white. Okay, and let me just give font weight 600 or 5. Okay, 5 is looking good. And I'm gonna give a border color as well, border color, brand color. Okay, and on hover, btn brand on hover. So I'm gonna copy these two color. I'm gonna paste it, and I'm gonna increase this. So I'm gonna increase this to something like this. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste it for the border, for the background color. Okay, so as you can see, and change the color for the text to white. Okay, looking great. Okay, let me adjust this to something like this. Okay, great. So now I'm going to design the hero section. Okay, so this section. So I have used Bootstrap carousel for this. So I'm going to search for carousel. Okay, click on that and then scroll. Yeah, so I'm going to use this one. So this will be our slider. All the content will go here. So for that, I'm going to copy this. Here I'm going to paste it. Okay, so these will be our sliders. So I'm going to remove the last one. And here I'm going to create container. class, and inside this I'm going to create a row, and here I'm going to create column lg add, and I'm going to put h6. Text will be welcome to Crispy, so this will be uppercase. Okay, so I'm gonna put h1. I'm gonna give a class display1, and the text will be, so I'm gonna copy this text from the finished project, so, and I'm gonna paste it right here, save it, and so let's see. Okay, so we have this text. I'm gonna copy this and paste it right here. And also I'm gonna put a button. So here I'm gonna put a button. btn brand. Text will be book your table or book table or reservation. So I'm gonna copy this button and I'm gonna paste it right here. I'm gonna copy this text for the second slide. Okay, save it, and let me refresh the page. Okay, nice. So I'm gonna select the carousel item, and let me give a bg dark color for now, and I'm gonna give a height 100 vh. Okay, and I'm gonna select h6, give it a class text white, and also for this heading. Okay, so I'm gonna select the container. I'm gonna give a height 100% and give it a display flex, align item center. Okay, and justify content center as well, and I'm gonna give text center class, so I want the text to be in this center. Okay, so as you can see, this is not exactly in this center, so it is because of column lg add, so this is covering add column space. So select the row and add a class justify content center. So as you can see, this is now in this center. Great. So what I'm gonna do next is to change the background image for these sliders. So I'm gonna add a class slide 1, so this will be slide 1 and this will be slide 2. So I'm gonna remove this bg dark color. I'm gonna visit to the style.css, and here I'm gonna create slider. I'm gonna select the slide 1. Okay, so I'm gonna give a background. Okay, so I'm gonna put a grade and overlay on the top of the slide image, and here I'm gonna put an image, so this will be an image. So I'm gonna select bg, let's search for cover 1. Okay, so this will be an overlay. So for now, let me put a black color. Okay, so if I save it and refresh the page, so as you can see, so I'm going to reduce the opacity to something like 0.5. Okay, save it. So as you can see, we have this image, and I'm going to do this for the second slide. This will be slide 2, and I'm going to change the image to cover 2. Save it and refresh. Awesome. So I'm gonna add this property, this property bg cover. I'm gonna add this class and I'm gonna set the background position to center and background size to cover and background repeat no repeat. So I'm gonna add this class to the slide. So here I'm gonna add bg cover, save it. So as you can see, this is working now. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna put this at the top. So as you can see, this is when I put this class top of this these sliders, so this is not working. So I'm gonna add a important flag here. Okay, so this will be working now. Awesome. So I'm gonna select the heading one, and I'm gonna give a class font weight bold, and also I'm gonna add this class to this heading as well, font weight bold. Okay. Okay, nice. So now I'm gonna design these nav buttons. So I'm gonna right click on these and so I'm gonna select this class, copy it, and I'm gonna paste it right here. So this will be for the previous button, and this will be for the next button. Okay, so previous and next. Okay, so I'm gonna give a background color, dark color, 0.6. Okay, so as you can see, we have these buttons. So I'm gonna give a width, let's say 40 pixel, height 70 pixel. Okay, so as you can see, we have these buttons now. So it is at the top, so I want this button to be in the center. So I'm gonna give a margin auto, save it. So as you can see, these buttons are now in the center. Awesome. So if you so this is the finished demo. So as you can see, we have these lines. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select this ID. Okay, control D, and I'm gonna rename this to hero slider. So I'm gonna select that hero slider. I'm gonna target H6. I'm gonna give a H6 after. I'm gonna select that again, hero slider, before. Okay, I'm gonna give a content nothing, and the width is going to be 20 pixel, height is going to be, let's say, 4 pixel, and background color is going to be white, and display inline block. Save it and let's see. So as you can see, we have this this should be H6. Okay, I'm gonna give a margin as well. I'm gonna give a margin, let's say 10 pixel. Oops. I'm gonna give a margin here, margin 10 pixel. Okay, and set vertical align to middle. Okay, and I'm gonna increase the width to something like 40 pixel. Okay, 40 pixel is looking fine. Awesome. So I want this navigation to be fixed when a user scroll to the bottom of the page like this. So for that, what you can do, you can add a class to the navigation bar. It will be sticky top. Save it and let's see. So as you can see, it is moving when I scroll down. Okay, so now I'm going to design the about us section. So I'm going to format the document. Here I'm going to create a comment. This will be about. So I'm going to create a section. I'm going to give it ID about. I'm going to create a container. Inside this container, I'm going to create a row. Column LG5. And I'm going to put an image here. Okay, save it, and so we have this image. So I'm gonna give some padding to this section tag. Padding top, let's say 120 pixel. Padding bottom, 120 pixel. Okay, so as you can see, we have some space now from the top. Okay, so I'm gonna give column LG4. So this should be width 100%. Okay, so I'm gonna give a column LG5, and so this is for the image, and I'm going to create another column LG5. This will be for the content, so I'm going to put a heading. So I'm going to type about this, and here I'm going to put a divider, and I'm going to put some text. Say 16, 22, and I'm going to put a button here. So I'm going to give a class button brand, explore menu. Okay, so I want this text and this to be in this center. So I'm going to select this row class, align item center. Okay, so as you can see, this is now in the center of the screen, and I'm going to design that divider. So I'm going to add a comment here. This will be for the about. I'm going to select about and then select the divider class. I'm going to give a width, let's say 60 pixel, height 2 pixel, display block, and I'm going to give a background color. Okay, and I'm going to give a margin as well. So I'm going to give a margin. So I'm going to use Bootstrap utility classes. So I'm going to give a margin top and bottom for him. So as you can see, we have some space now. Okay, so as you can see, the text and the images are very close to each other. So I'm going to give some space there. So I'm going to add a class getter top and bottom for him. Okay, so as you can see, we have enough space now. Okay, so after this, I'm gonna design the menu section. Okay, so now I'm gonna design the menu section. So for that, I'm gonna create a section tag, and here I'm gonna create a container. Inside this container, I'm gonna create arrow and column 12. Okay, so here I'm gonna put h1. So the text will be explore our menu, and I'm gonna put some text for the paragraph. Okay, save it, and I'm gonna add a class intro text. Okay, so I'm gonna select that intro text. I'm gonna give a margin bottom, say 40 pixel, and then I'm gonna select so the text will be center, so I'm gonna type text align center, and I'm gonna select the paragraph, and I'm gonna give a maximum width, let's say 500 pixel. Okay, so let's see, and I want this to be in the center, so I'm gonna type margin auto. Okay, and I'm gonna from the top I want to give some margin. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna type from the top, let's say 16 pixel, from the right side auto, from the bottom 0, and from the left auto. Okay, so we have 16 pixel space. Okay, so let's see the so we have the menu section like this. So we have these buttons at the top. So when I click on these buttons, the menu changes. So for this, I'm gonna search for nav and tabs. Okay, and then I'm gonna scroll to here. Okay, and I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste it right here. So I'm gonna paste it. Okay, so I'm gonna remove these tabs. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this, and also I'm gonna remove these links. Okay, so the first one is going to be for the all dishes. So what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna select the home and hit Control D, and I'm gonna rename this to all. Okay, and the text will be all. So I'm gonna make this uppercase, save it, and let's refresh. So as you can see, we have this button. So this should be inside a container class. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wrap this inside a container. Okay, and so I'm gonna type here. So let me type h4, and I'm gonna the text will be all dishes. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this, and I'm gonna paste it. So the second one will be for the breakfast. So I'm gonna duplicate this all. This will be for the breakfast. Okay, and the text will be okay. So I'm gonna duplicate this. So I'm gonna select this. This will be for the breakfast. save it, and I'm gonna change this to, so let's see. So this should be, I'm gonna remove this active class from the from this one, and remove the active class from this one as well. Save it. Okay, so as you can see, looking great. So I'm gonna duplicate this again. So let's see. So I'm gonna make this for lunch and dinner. So I'm gonna duplicate, Control D. This will be for the lunch, and I'm gonna copy this tab. Okay, and I'm gonna select this. This will be for the lunch. Save it, and let's see. Awesome. So I'm gonna duplicate this one more time. This will, so let's see, for the dinner. So I'm gonna select this, dinner. So I'm gonna duplicate this, uh, dinner. Save it, and let's see, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I want this to be in the center horizontally. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a class justify content center. Save it. So now these are in the center. I'm gonna add a comment, so this will be for the menu, and I'm gonna type menu section, and then I'm gonna, okay, so I'm gonna give a background color white. Okay, so let's see, I'm gonna give an ID to this section, so this will be ID menu. Okay, so, and also I'm gonna give a class bg light. Okay, so as you can see, and I'm gonna give a margin as well, so I'm gonna type margin left, say add pixel, margin right, add pixel. Save it. So as you can see, we have some space now, and I'm gonna change the color to dark color. Okay, and for the active one, I'm gonna select this. Oops, I'm gonna select this, and when these nav links has a class of active, so I'm gonna change the background color to this brand color and set the text to white. Save it. So let's see. Okay, so this should be active, and I'm gonna give a border radius, say 100 pixel. Okay, and also I'm gonna give a box shadow. From the x axis 0, and from the y axis, let's say 10 pixel. The blur is going to be 40 pixel, and the color is going to be 0.1. So as you can see, which is looking clear now. So this will be all. save it. Okay, so I'm gonna design these menu items now. Okay, so for that, what I'm gonna do, inside here I'm gonna remove this all dishes for now text, and here I'm gonna create a row. Okay, inside this row I'm gonna type column lg3. Okay, on large and above large 3 column, and on small to large it will gonna cover 6 column space. Okay, so here I'm gonna type menu item, and I'm gonna place image. I'm gonna select image 1, and then I'm gonna create another class. This will be menu item content. So I'm gonna put the stars. So I have used remix icon pack, so I'm gonna visit to the remixicon.com website and then click on the get started. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll down. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this link and I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna search for star, and I'm gonna copy this, copy it, and here is the menu item. So I'm gonna create a div. Okay, so inside this I'm gonna paste it. Okay, save it and let's see. So as you can see, we have the stars, and I'm gonna type here 5.4 rated. This will be inside a span tag. So as you can see, and I'm gonna wrap this inside a span tag as well. Okay, so let me put this at the top here. Okay, and here I'm gonna put the title. So I'm gonna copy this title, H5. I'm gonna paste it, and for the paragraph text I'm gonna copy this text and I'm gonna paste it. Okay, and I'm gonna give a class small. Okay, so that's it for the menu item. And so now let's design this. So I'm gonna give a bg light to the menu item, so I'm gonna give a bg white. Okay, and then I'm gonna select this class and I'm gonna add another class for the padding, so it means padding for rem. And I'm gonna select this title. I'm gonna give a class margin top and bottom, let's say 2 rem or 3. Oops, this should be here, class margin top and bottom 2 rem. Okay, so 2 rem is looking fine, so I'm gonna give a margin top, let's say 1 rem, and margin bottom 2 rem. Okay, looking great. So I'm gonna design the star. So for that, so I'm gonna select menu item, and then I'm gonna add a class to this. Okay, so I'm gonna select stars and give a color. Oops, this should be this brand color. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, on hover I'm gonna when I hover on this card, so it will be, I'm gonna apply the shadow when someone hover on this card. So for that, just like we have in this finished demo, so as you can see, so for that I'm gonna create another class here. So I'm gonna type shadow on hover. I'm gonna give a transition, so all 0.4 second, and I'm gonna select that class shadow on hover. So I'm gonna give a box shadow 0, and blur is going to be 10 pixel. Sorry, from the y-axis is going to be the shadow. It's going to be 10 pixel, and the blur is going to be 40 pixel, and the color is going to be this dark color. Save it. So I'm gonna copy this class, and I'm gonna select the menu item here, and I'm gonna paste it. So let's see. So as you can see, we have this shadow on hover. So this should be inside an anchor tag. Okay, so looking cool. So I'm gonna reduce the, so it should be like 0.2 or 0.3. Okay, looking great. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy this, paste it, save it, and I'm gonna paste it one more time. Okay, so as you can see, we don't have a space between these menu item. So I'm gonna do that. So for the spacing, so I'm gonna give a class gutter top and bottom for him. So as you can see, we have now enough space, and I'm gonna change the image. So this will be 2, 3, 4, and 6, 7, and I'm gonna paste this one more time. This will be 8. Save it. So let's see. So for the all items, so we have these all items, and also I'm going to increase the some spacing between these buttons. So here are the buttons. Okay, margin bottom, let's say 4 or 5. Okay, so I think 4 is enough. Okay, so that's it for the all items. So I'm gonna copy this row. Okay, I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, so I'm gonna remove some of the items. So this will be for the breakfast. So I'm gonna remove some of the items. Save it. So let's see. So I'm gonna remove this one as well. So all breakfast items, and I'm gonna copy this row once again. Okay, I'm gonna paste it right here. And again, I'm gonna remove some of the items. So I'm gonna remove these items. Save it. Okay, so this one will be item 8. Okay, so I'm gonna do this for the dinner. So for the dinner, I'm gonna copy this row and I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, so let's see. Awesome. So now I'm gonna design this feature section. So I'm gonna collapse this section. Menu. Oops. Okay, so I'm gonna design the feature section. So I'm gonna add a comment here. This will be for the features. So I'm gonna create a section tag with ID features. Inside this, I'm going to create a container and a row. So I'm going to copy the intro class. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it right here. And I'm going to change the text to Y to choose us. Choose us. Okay. So I'm going to zoom this. Sorry, not zoom this. So I'm going to remove the last item. Okay, so I'm going to remove the last item from the all dishes tab. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to remove the last one. Save it. So we don't have that much. Okay, so I'm going to design this feature section. So I'm going to remove this E and I'm going to change the background color. Not the background color. So I'm going to change the background to the image. So I'm going to copy that. And here I'm going to create a comment. This will be for the features section. Feature, and I'm going to copy this slide. Okay, so I'm going to paste it and I'm going to add a class. Add a class BG cover. Save it. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to change the text color. So text white, and also I'm going to change the color for this text white 70 75. Okay, so that's it for the intro, and I'm going to create another row for the feature item. So I'm going to create a class column LG3 and column SM6. Okay, so we have 4 items. This will be menu, sorry, not menu, this will be feature. So I'm gonna create a class, and this will be, the class name will be feature icon, and I'm gonna put an icon here. So I'm gonna search for Wi-Fi. I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste it here, and here I'm gonna create h4 tag. This will be free Wi-Fi, and I'm gonna copy the text from the finished project, paste it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna give a class text white, and also give a class this to text white. Okay, let me give a padding top and bottom 5 rem, and padding left and right 4 rem. Okay, so I'm gonna select the feature, then I'm gonna select then I'm gonna give a border 2 pixels solid. So I'm gonna give a white color, and I'm gonna reduce the opacity to 0.2. Okay, and then I'm gonna select feature icon. I'm gonna give a width and height, let's say 70 pixel. Height 70 pixel, and I'm gonna give a background color, and the text color will be white. Font size is going to be 34 pixel. Okay, so let's see, feature icon. Okay, let me reduce the size to 28, and I'm going to increase this to 80. Okay, so I want the icon to be in the center, so I'm going to say display grid and align item center. Okay, align content, so center, and this will be, so, and also I'm gonna add a text align center. Okay, looking great. And I'm gonna select this h1 from margin top 4, margin bottom 2. Okay, so let me give a text align center as well. Text center, and this should be inline grid. Okay, looking great. So I'm gonna duplicate this. This one will be, so I'm going to reduce the padding top and bottom to, let's say, 4. Okay, 4 is looking good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give padding 4 rem. Okay, so let's see. So I'm gonna search for time. I'm gonna select this one, copy, and I'm gonna paste it here. Oops, this will be fast delivery. So I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to search for user. I'm going to copy this one. So this will be friendly stuff. The last one will be, so I'm going to search for star. Okay, so that's it for the features, and I'm gonna give gutter spacing top and bottom 4 between these feature items. Okay, so I'm gonna design this our team section. So I'm gonna collapse this, create a comment. This will be for the team. I'm gonna give an ID team. Okay, so I'm gonna copy the intro text. So I'm gonna copy this row, and here I'm gonna paste it. So this will be our okay, so I'm going to create another row here. Here I'm going to create a column LG 3 SM6, and I'm going to create team member class. Okay, so I'm going to put an image here. Okay, and here I'm going to create another class. Okay, so I'm gonna give h4 name of the person. I'm gonna give margin bottom 0, and this person is okay. So let's see. So the text will be in this center. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give text center class. Okay, so I'm gonna design the team member. So I'm gonna copy this, and also I'm gonna give a shadow on our class. Okay, team. So I'm gonna select the team member class. Okay, and let me give a border class. So I'm gonna give border. Okay, and let me give a padding as well. So I'm gonna give padding 4 rem. Okay, so I'm gonna select the team member and then select the image. I'm gonna give let's say I'm gonna give maximum width let's say 140 pixel. Okay, and I'm gonna give a box shadow from the x-axis. I'm gonna give negative 10 pixel. Blur is going to be 0, and the color is going to be this color. So we have this that effect, and I'm gonna give a border radius to the image as well, 100 pixel. Okay, so we have this kind of effect. So let me see. So I'm gonna give a padding padding left and right 4, padding top and bottom 5 frame. Okay, good. Then I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna give margin bottom 2 rem, and let me give it a 0. Okay, and from the top, let's say 4 rem. Okay, looking great. So I'm gonna copy this team member class, this column, paste it, and I'm gonna rename this to mh team member 2 3 3. Okay, looking great. So after this, I'm gonna design this review section. So I'm gonna collapse this and I'm gonna add a comment. So this will be for the reviews, and I'm gonna copy the intro section from the features. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna create a section. I'm gonna give ID reviews and I'm gonna give a class pg cover. So this will be the background will be, I'm gonna put an image. So I'm gonna create a container here and I'm gonna paste the intro text here. So I'm gonna duplicate this and I'm gonna paste that. So this will be for the reviews. Save it and let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna rename that text. So this will be our client saying. Okay, so I'm gonna design this section. So this will be cover 3. Okay, so I'm gonna search for carousel. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this one this time, and inside this container I'm gonna paste, oops, so I'm gonna copy this again and I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this. This will be reviews slider. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this one. So I'm gonna put only 2 slides here. So I'm gonna remove that third one. Okay, so these will be our sliders. So I'm gonna remove this one, slide 1 and slide 2, and these will be our dots. So yeah, these dots. Okay, so here I'm gonna duplicate this, Control D. I'm gonna create a container. So I'm gonna create a row. Okay, so here I'm gonna give a column lg add. I'm gonna create a review class. Okay, and this will be in this center, so I'm gonna give a justify content center. So I'm gonna put this icon, so I'm gonna search for quote. So I'm gonna copy this one and I'm gonna paste it here inside the div. Okay, so then I'm gonna copy the text and I'm gonna paste it here, and I'm gonna remove the margin bottom from the paragraph to 0. Okay, and then So I'm gonna select this, copy, and also I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna select the review, give a background white, and I'm gonna give a padding 5 frame, and the text will be in this center, and here I'm gonna give a class person. Okay, so I'm gonna put an image here. Okay, and I'm gonna give a I'm gonna put h4. This will be the person name, and I'm gonna copy the stars that I have used here from the menu item. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste it right here. So this will be a div. So let's see. Okay, and I'm gonna paste it here as well. Okay, so I'm gonna design the review section. So I'm gonna copy this review class. So I'm gonna paste it. So I'm gonna select the image. I'm gonna give a width 75 pixel and also height 75 pixel. Okay, and I'm gonna add this property object fit to cover. Okay, so I'm gonna select review quote icon. I'm gonna give a font size 74 pixel and the color will be this color. Okay, and I'm gonna give a line height 1. Okay, I'm gonna select the image. Okay, so the person class, oops. So I'm gonna select this person. I'm gonna give a margin top 4 rem. Then I'm gonna select heading. I'm gonna give margin bottom 0. And I'm gonna give margin top, let's say 2 rem. Okay, then I'm gonna select review stars. I'm gonna give a color, this color, and let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this row and I'm gonna paste this right here. Okay, I'm gonna change the image for this one, so this will be 2. Save it. Okay, so as you can see, these dots are not these dots are behind this review, so I'm gonna select that and I'm gonna push that from the top. So here it is. I'm gonna select this carousel item, and so here is margin bottom, let's say -3 rem. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this carousel indicators, reviews. Okay, then I'm gonna give margin bottom -3 rem. Save it. So let's see. Okay, so as you can see, okay, looking great. So let's design this reservation. So uh, I'm gonna create a comment for the reservation section. So this will be reservation. Section with an ID of reservation. So I'm gonna copy the intro text from the team section. And I'm gonna paste it here. So this will be okay. So let's see. So in this row, what I'm gonna create a form, and I'm gonna create a class row. So I'm gonna put column. I'm gonna put a form group class, and there I'm gonna put input text, and I'm gonna give a class form control, and placeholder is going to be full name. Save it, and I'm gonna give a column, let's say md6. Okay, so we have this input form. So in the finished project, you can see this form is not like covering the whole space, so it is in the center. So as you can see, this is covering like the whole space. So what I'm gonna do inside this row, I'm gonna create another class column lg, let's say add, and I'm gonna create another row here, and I'm gonna put that form group here. Okay, so as you can see, and I'm gonna give this justify content center. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this form group. So this will be for the email address, and I'm gonna duplicate this. So the type will be email. So I'm gonna duplicate this for the date. Date and number of persons. And I'm gonna put the message here, so I'm gonna copy this, and this will cover 12 column space. Okay, so I'm gonna put a text area. I'm gonna remove the column, the row to, let's say 4, so it will be 4 row, and I'm gonna add a class form control, and the placeholder text will be message. Okay, so I'm gonna adjust the spacing. So I'm gonna select this row. I'm gonna give gutter spacing 3 rem. So there will be 3 rem space between these items. So as you can see, and I'm gonna put a button here. So I'm gonna select this form group, duplicate, and I'm gonna put a button here. So So the text for the button will be send message. Okay, so I'm gonna design the reservation. So reservation form. Okay, so I'm gonna select the form control class. I'm gonna give a border radius to 0. Okay, and I'm gonna increase okay, border radius 0, and on active state, on focus, sorry, I'm gonna remove the box shadow. Box shadow to none, and the border color will be the brand color. This will be border color. And then I'm gonna select reservation, and then I'm gonna select the input form control. I'm gonna increase the height to, let's say, 47 pixel. Okay, looking great. So I want this button to be in this center. So what you can do, you can add a class text center. Okay, great. So now I'm gonna design this Instagram post section. Stop post. So I'm gonna create a row, and I'm gonna put column LG3 and column SM6, and I'm gonna create a class Insta posts. Okay, so I'm gonna put an image. Okay, so I'm gonna add a link. So I'm gonna give a class Insta button, and I'm gonna put an icon. So give a class remix icon. So I'm gonna search for Instagram here. So I have copied, and I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this. This will be 4, 3, and 2. Okay, so as you can see, we have horizontal scrolling. So I'm gonna give gutter 0. Okay, so we don't have horizontal scrolling, as you can see. And then I'm gonna design this Insta posts. This will be Insta post. I'm gonna give a position relative. Then I'm gonna select Insta post, and then I'm gonna select the button. Okay, so I'm gonna give a width and height, let's say 60 pixel. Height 60 pixel, and background color white. Okay, I'm gonna set this to display flex, align item center, and justify content center. And I'm gonna give a position absolute from the top 50%, from the left side 50%, and I'm gonna give, so let's see. Okay, so I'm going to increase the font size as well. So font size, let's say 34 pixel. And I'm going to increase the width to, let's say, 90. Okay, so I'm gonna make this button in the center. So I'm gonna give a transform, translate -50% and -50%. Okay, so now I'm gonna hide this. So I'm gonna give opacity 0, and I'm gonna give overflow hidden. Then I'm gonna select insta post image. I'm gonna give a transition 0.4 second, and on hover insta post on hover. Then I'm gonna select the image, and I'm gonna give transform scale 1 point, let's say 2. Okay, and I'm gonna show the insta button on hover, insta button, and I'm gonna give opacity to 1. So as you can see, looking great. So now I'm gonna design this blog post. So I'm gonna create a comment, blog posts. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this row, which is the intro row, and here I'm going to create a section. I'm going to give an ID blog, create a container. I'm going to put the row here, and I'm going to type blog posts, and I'm going to create another row for the blog posts, column LG MD. So I'm going to type SM6. Okay, so type blog post. Okay, I'm going to put an image. This will be, I'm going to select this items. Okay, and here I'm going to create a content. So I'm going to type blog post content. So I'm going to copy this. First one will be date. Okay, and this will be h4 title. So I'm going to copy this. This will be inside an anchor tag. I'm going to paste this, and here I'm going to create paragraph text, copy, and I'm going to paste that here, and I'm going to put an anchor tag. This will be read more. So let's see. Okay, so this is the blog post. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show this blog post like this image on the left side and this content on the right side. So for that, I'm gonna give a class display flex. Okay, and as you can see, I'm gonna give a width to the image. So I'm gonna select the blog post. I'm gonna select the image, and I'm gonna give a width, let's say 30%. Okay, and I'm gonna give a object fit cover. Let me give it a width 40%. And I'm gonna give a, okay, so that's it for now. And I'm gonna select the content and give a padding 4 rem or 5 rem. I think 4 is enough. Okay, and I'm gonna give shadow on hover. Okay, so at this breakpoint I'm gonna show the image, the blog post like this. So you will see like this. Okay, so I'm gonna create a media query. Maximum width, let's say 768 pixel. At this breakpoint I'm gonna select the blog post. I'm gonna select the image and I'm gonna give a width 100%. And okay, so let's see. Okay, and I'm gonna change the flex direction for the blog post to blog post flex direction to, let's say, row, sorry, column. Okay, so as you can see, awesome. So I'm gonna copy this, paste it. This will be item, let's say 6. Save it, and I'm gonna paste it again. Okay, and I'm gonna copy this once again. Okay, I'm gonna give some space, so I'm gonna add a class. Okay, so that's it for the blog post, and let's create this footer section. So I'm gonna create a footer. Inside this footer I'm gonna create a container class. So I'm gonna create a footer top. I'm gonna create a container, and inside this container I'm gonna create a row, column LG4. So on the first column I'm gonna put the text and a logo and social icons. So I'm gonna place an image here. This will be white logo, and I'm gonna copy the text, paste it, and here I'm gonna create a div, and I'm gonna give a class social links, and I'm gonna search for copy, and I'm gonna paste it here. I'm gonna copy this social link, paste couple times. I'm gonna search for Instagram, copy it, and I'm gonna search for YouTube. And this time I'm gonna search for Google. Okay, so I'm gonna paste that right here. Okay, so I'm gonna select the footer. And I'm gonna change the background image. So I'm gonna put background image. So I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, so let's see. Then on the next column, I'm gonna put a content, contact, and opening hours. So I'm gonna type column LG, say 3. I'm gonna type H4. I'm gonna give a class text white. Okay, so this will be H4, H6, and I'm gonna copy this. So I'm gonna put this inside a paragraph. And for the last one, I'm gonna remove the margin bottom. Save it. So let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this. So I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste it right here. This will be the opening hours. So I'm gonna copy. And I'm gonna remove this one. Okay, so I'm gonna adjust the spacing between these. So I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna give margin bottom 4 rem. Okay, also margin bottom 4 rem. Okay, I'm gonna select the paragraph. Margin bottom, let's say 2 rem or 1. Okay, one is looking good. So as you can see on the finished project, these items are on the right side. So for that, what I'm gonna select this one and I'm gonna give a class margin start to auto. So it will gonna push these content on the right side. Okay. So I'm gonna design the footer. So I'm gonna select footer. I'm gonna select the paragraph and I'm gonna go color white. I'm gonna reduce the opacity to, let's say, 75%. Okay, and also I'm gonna give a padding to the footer. Padding top, let's say 120 pixel, and padding bottom says 30 pixel. Okay, I'm gonna select this image and also I'm gonna give a margin bottom from the image. So I'm gonna select margin bottom 4 rem. And I'm gonna select footer. I'm gonna select the image and I'm gonna give width, say 75 pixel, 175. I'm gonna give a maximum width. So also I'm gonna give this color to social icons. Okay, so let's see. Okay, and I'm gonna select the footer and I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna give a font weight normal. Okay, I'm gonna increase the font size now. Give a 24 pixel. Okay, and I'm gonna give a margin right as well, so I'm gonna type margin right, set 10 pixel, save it, and as you can see, and I'm gonna design the footer bottom. So get footer bottom, I'm going to create a container, create a row, and here I'm going to create a column auto, margin bottom 0, and I'm going to type, so I'm going to copy the copyright text. Okay, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to type design by, okay, save it, and let's see. Oh, what just happened to the anchor tag? So I'm going to give a class. This should be social links. Uh, social links. Okay, and I'm gonna add a class justify content between. Okay, then I'm gonna select footer bottom. I'm gonna give a padding top, say 30 pixel, and I'm gonna give a border bottom as well, border top as well. Save it, and let's see. Oops, this will be 1 pixel. I'm gonna give a padding. So let's see. So I'm gonna give a footer top padding as well. So as you can see, there is not enough space between the footer top and the bottom. So I'm gonna select footer top and I'm gonna give margin bottom 30 pixel. Save it and let's see. So as you can see, we have enough space now. And I'm gonna give a bg cover class to the footer as well. Okay, looking great. So I'm gonna increase the opacity just a little bit for the footer. So this will be like 0.7. Save it and let's see. Okay, so this is looking clear now. Okay, so let's see the responsiveness on different viewport width. Okay, so we need to give some space between the team member. Here's the team member and I'm going to select this GY4 so we have some space now. Looking great. And I'm going to adjust the spacing here as well. So I'm going to select the footer. So let's see. So I'm going to select the footer, this row. I'm going to give GY4. Okay, so I'm going to give a GY5. Okay, so we have enough space now. So let's see. And also I'm gonna give some spacing there. So okay, that's it. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure to like, and thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.